Hello friends, welcome to eKida. Title of the lecture is Effect on the Performance of Transmission Line Due to Inductance. In our last video, we already studied about the effect on performance of transmission line due to resistance. That at higher frequency, current density in the conductor is non-uniform, which means it is more at the surface of the conductor and less at the center of the conductor. Suppose this is conductor, this is the center of the conductor. So current density is less or minimum at the center of the conductor, and this is the surface of the conductor. It is maximum or more at the surface of the conductor. Resistance of AC circuit depends upon length, resistivity, area of cross section, frequency, which is skin effect, and spiraling. Spiraling means conductor wound. Higher the length, resistance will be high. But spiraling, we wound the conductor in order to increase the mechanical strength. Mechanical strength. See, current carrying wire always produce magnetic field, means inductor. And current carrying wire always produce electric field, which means capacitive behavior. Capacitive behavior can be line to line or line to ground. Potential difference, capacitive behavior. We know P is equals to QV, where Q is the charge and V is the potential difference. I already told you that we know a conductor carrying current has a magnetic field around it. Magnetic lines of force are concentric circles having their centers at the center of the conductor and are arranged in planes perpendicular to the conductor. Sorry, cut, edit. See, magnetic lines of force are concentric circles having their centers at the center of the conductor, and they are arranged in planes perpendicular to the conductor. We know voltage induced in a conductor is given by E is equals to d psi by dt. Volts. Volts is the unit. Where psi Where psi represents the flux linkages in the conductor. Where psi represents the flux linkages of the conductor in Weber turns. So this equation, we can suppose this is equation number 1. So equation 1 can be written in the form of E is equals to d psi by di into di by dt, where d psi by di is equals to L di by dt. I already told you this in my introduction part, where we know L is equals to d psi by di, inductor in Henry. In a linear magnetic circuit, flux linkages vary linearly with the current such that the inductance remains constant and is given by L is equals to psi by I Henry. This is equation number 2 and this is equation number 3. Or this equation 3 can be written as lambda is equals to L I, where lambda and I are the RMS value of flux linkages and currents respectively. This lambda and I are the RMS value of flux linkages Now making use of Ampere's law, which relates magnetic field intensity H to the current I, we know that loop integral H dot dl is equals to I. This is equation number 5. And we know flux density is given by, in Weber per meter square, is given by B is equals to nu into H, where we know nu is equals to nu naught into nu r, where nu naught is the permeability of free space and nu r is relative permeability, and we know nu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. Similarly, in my introduction video of transmission line parameters, I already told you about the mutual inductance. Mutual inductance between two circuits is defined as the flux linkage of one circuit due to current in the second circuit. Means if there are two coils closed, current is flowing. So that current flowing in one coil also affects the neighboring coil. And this mutual inductance is also given in Henrys, which was the unit of inductance, and to honor the scientist Henry. Sorry, cut, edit. This mutual inductance is also given in Henrys, which was the unit of inductance, to honor the scientist Henry. And we know that M12 is equals to lambda 12 upon I2 Henry. Now inductance of a single conductor. See, transmission line is a distributed network, and transmission lines are composed of parallel conductors and can be assumed as infinitely long. So current carrying wire always produce magnetic field. So obviously flux link at some point and inductance comes. So we will develop expressions for flux linkages of an isolated current carrying conductor, cylindrical conductor with return path lying at infinity, means will form a single line circuit. And I already told you that single line circuit means magnetic flux, sorry, cut, edit, means will form a single line circuit. This will form a single line circuit, and magnetic lines are concentric closed circles with direction given by the right hand thumb rule. You all know what is right hand thumb rule. So to calculate the inductance of a conductor, it is necessary to consider the flux inside the conductor as well as outside the conductor, means external flux, internal flux and external flux. In order to find the inductance of a circuit, the determination of flux linkages is of primary importance, because inductance of a circuit is defined as the flux linkages per unit current. So there are two important cases of flux linkages. First case, flux linkage due to internal flux, and second case, flux linkages due to external flux. First we'll calculate the flux linkage due to internal flux. So first we'll calculate the flux linkage due to internal flux. First case. So internal flux progressively links a smaller amount of current as we proceed inwards towards the center of the conductor. I'll show you in the diagram. As we proceed towards the center of the conductor, suppose this is a conductor and current density is uniform. We'll assume the current density is uniform. So it links a smaller amount of current as we proceed inwards towards this center of the conductor. This is internal flux. Now we'll do calculation of flux linkage due to internal flux. So for that, first consider a long straight cylindrical conductor of radius r and carrying a current I. We'll see the cross-sectional view of a long cylindrical conductor of radius r. So this is a long cylindrical conductor cross-sectional view. So this is the cross-sectional view of a long cylindrical conductor of radius r. Carrying a current I and sorry, cut, edit. carrying a sinusoidal current of RMS value I. Now the MMF rounds a concentric closed circular path of radius x internal to the conductor. So we'll draw a circle with radius x. Suppose this is radius x. Now consider another small element dx. This is small element dx and small length dl. Suppose this is small length dl. So at this small differential length, calculate magnetic field intensity Hx. At this small differential length, calculate magnetic field intensity Hx. So for calculating inductance, you need to calculate or you need to know flux linkages. For flux linkages, you need to know flux density. And for flux density, you need to know magnetic field intensity. Please remember this. So first, as you know, loop integral Hx dot dl is equals to Ix, where Hx is the magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity in ampere turn per meter, and this Ix, see at distance x, current is Ix. So Ix is the current up to distance x. Now since the field is symmetrical, so Hx is constant for all points from the center, means circular path. Therefore dl means this dl is equals to the total circumference loop integral, which is equals to Hx is constant and loop integral dl is a total circumference, means 2 pi x. This is equals to Ix. So Hx is equals to Ix upon 2 pi x. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now consider this whole conductor. This whole conductor, there is a current passing in it, and consider this smaller part of radius x, this smaller part of radius x and of radius r. Even that part carries a current, and current carried in this part is different from the current carried in the whole conductor. What I am saying, that Ix is different from the entire current, that is I. It is different from the entire current in the conductor I. So we know that current flow is directly proportional to the cross-sectional area. Means if I is equals to pi r square, so pi x square, how much current pi x square carries? So I upon pi r square into pi x square. This pi cancel out. So it is equals to x square upon r square into I. So we know that current flow is directly proportional to the cross-sectional area. Means we can write Ix upon I is equals to pi x square upon pi r square. This cancel out. So I already told you here. So Ix is equals to x square upon r square into I. So substitute Ix in equation number 2. Hx is equals to Ix upon 2 pi x. Hx is equals to Ix r square into I upon 2 pi x into 1 upon 2 pi x. So this x and this x cancel out. So this is equals to xi upon 2 pi r square. So Hx is equals to x into I upon 2 pi r square. Unit is ampere turns per meter. So this is equation number 3. So we get magnetic field intensity. Now further we need to calculate magnetic flux density Bx at a distance x. This we need to calculate. We know Bx is equals to nu into Hx, where nu is equals to nu naught into nu r, and for non-magnetic material nu r is equals to 1 for non-magnetic material. So put Vx is equals to nu naught into x into I upon 2 pi r square. Weber per meter square. This is equation number 4. Nu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. Now flux linkages. We need to calculate flux. Now after Bx means magnetic flux density, we need to calculate flux linkages. After magnetic flux density, we need to calculate the flux linkages. So we are considering a small tubular element. This small tubular element, this distance dx. So the differential flux d phi x for this small region of thickness dx and 1 meter length of the conductor is d phi x is equals to bx into dx into 1. What is, sorry, cut edit. What is this dx into 1? See, area is equals to dx into 1 square meter. 1 means per meter length. For 1 meter length, the area is equals to this dx into 1. So this is bx into dx into 1. So put the value for bx. So from equation 4 we know bx is equals to nu naught ix upon 2 pi r square. Nu naught ix upon 2 pi r square into dx. Weber per meter. This is d phi x. This is equation number 5. So we know that flux linkage which we want, the flux link which we want is at x. 0 is less than x is less than r. See, total current I, this total conductor current, this whole total current conductor I, this flux links with just a part of I, means which the flux links which we want at distance x, it is just a part of this total current I, and that part of current is pi x square upon pi r square. The flux d phi x links only the friction of the conductor because it is at the distance x. Therefore, on assumption uniform current density, only friction turn pi x square upon pi r square of the total current. So I already told you that this flux links, but means the flux links at x, it is just a part of I, and that part of current is pi x square upon pi r square. So flux linkage for d phi x per meter length, this flux linkage d lambda x is equals to pi x square upon pi r square into d phi x. This pi cancel out, and d phi x is equals to, from equation 5, nu naught ix upon 2 pi r square into dx. So this is equals to x square upon r square nu naught I x upon 2 pi r square into dx. So this is equals to nu naught I x cube upon 2 pi r4 into dx. Weber turn per meter. Now radius starts with 0 and ends with r. This radius starts with 0 and ends with R. So total flux linkage from center up to conductor surface, total flux linkage from center up to conductor surface internal is equals to 0 to R mu naught I 2 pi R 4 x cube dx. So this is equals to, put the limit, mu naught I upon 2 pi R4 R4 by 4. This R4 cancel out. So this is equals to mu naught I upon 8 pi Weber turn per meter. Or we know the value for nu naught. This is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Or lambda internal is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 upon 8 pi into I Weber turn per meter. Or we can write this as 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into I Weber turn per meter. Therefore, internal inductance is equals to lambda internal upon I. So this is equals to 1 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. We know for calculating the inductance, this is equals to the flux linkage upon total current. Please note that internal inductor is independent of radius or diameter or conductor. So this is, we got the flux linkage due to internal flux and inductance, internal inductance. Now we'll calculate the inductance due to external flux linkage, second case. So external flux always links the total current inside the conductor. This external flux always links the total current inside the conductor. Now let us see the calculation. So this is a conductor of radius r. So there are 2 points which are causing flux. Distance from point 1 is g1. This point 1 is g1 and distance from point 2 is g2. Taken at a distance x, tubular element dx. This tubular element dx. Since there are magnetic lines of flux which are concentric circle around the conductor, and whole of the flux between 2 points 1 and 2 lies within the concentric cylindrical surface which pass through these points. So field intensity at a distance x, Hx is equals to I upon 2 pi x ampere turn per meter. This I is the current carrying conductor. Sorry, cut edit. This I is conductor carrying current. Conductor carrying current I. Now flux density. So Bx is equals to nu into Hx, nu naught, and Hx is I upon 2 pi x Weber per meter square. Now this dx is the small tubular element. This is the small tubular element. So d phi means flux in that tubular element. This thickness is dx. So dx is the tubular element and d phi means the flux in that tubular element whose thickness is dx is equals to, d phi is equals to bx into dx. So this is equals to mu naught I upon 2 pi x into dx Weber per meter. Therefore, flux linkage. See, the flux outside the conductor links the entire current I. So hence the flux linkage d lambda x is numerically equals to d phi x. This is d phi x. So this is equals to mu naught I upon 2 pi x Weber turn per meter. Now, now total flux linkage of the conductor, this lambda 1 2 is equals to d1 d2 mu naught I upon 2 pi x into dx. I forgot to write dx here. So flux linkage between point 1 and 2, lambda 1 2 is equals to nu naught I upon 2 pi log d2 by d1 Weber turn per meter. Now inductance between 2 points external to the conductor, we know L external is equals to lambda from point 1 to 2 upon total current. We know this is equals to nu naught I cancel out. So nu naught upon 2 pi log d2 by d1 Henry per meter. Or we can write this equation as, because we know the value for nu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. So put the value for nu naught, this is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 upon 2 pi log d2 by d1 Henry per meter. This pi cancel out, this 2. So this L external is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log d2 by d1 Henry per meter. Or we can calculate the overall flux linkages. Therefore, overall flux linkages lambda, this is equals to lambda internal plus lambda external. So this is equals to lambda internal, we get mu naught I upon 8 pi plus d1 to d2 nu naught I upon 2 pi x into dx. So we can write this as lambda is equals to, take nu naught I upon 2 pi common. So this is equals to 1 by 4 plus d1 to d2 dx by x. Weber turns per meter length. This is overall flux linkage.